Team 4 of Kim Soo-yoon, Park Soo-bin, Son Jae-young, Yeomin-gu, Ju Moon-bu. For this semester, we are going to study about One World Trade Center. Today, I'll talk about history, information, appearance, and curiosity about this building. First, I'd like to talk about the history of this building. The September 11th attacks, often referred to as 9/11, were a series of 4 coordinated terrorist attacks by the terrorist group against the United States on the morning of Tuesday, September 11, 2001. The attacks resulted in 2,977 fatalities, over 25,000 injuries, and substantial long-term health consequences, in addition to at least $10 billion and property damage. It is the deadliest terrorist attack in human history. At 8:46 a.m. on September 11, 2001, 5 hijackers affiliated with Al-Qaeda crashed American Airlines Flight 11 into the northern facade of the North Tower between the 93rd and 99th floors. 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., a second group of terrorists crashed the hijacked United Airlines Flight 175 into the southern facade of the South Tower. By 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapsed after burning for almost 56 minutes. After burning for 102 minutes, the North Tower collapsed due to structure failure at 10:28 a.m. When the North Tower collapsed, debris fell on the nearby 7 World Trade Center, damaging it and starting fires. The fires burned for hours, compromising the building's structural integrity. After the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center, the rescue and recovery cleanup of the 1.8 million tons of wreckage from the WTC site took 9 months. According to the huge scale of the incident, the cleanup was a massive operation coordinated by the City of New York Department of Design and Construction. On September 22nd, a preliminary cleanup plan was delivered by Controlled Demolition Incorporated of Phoenix, Maryland. Costing hundreds of millions of dollars, it involved round-the-clock operations with many contractors and subcontractors. By early November, with a third of the debris removed, officials began to reduce the number of firefighters and police officers assigned to recovering the remains of victims in order to prioritize the removal of debris. This caused confrontations with firefighters. Despite efforts to extinguish the blaze, the large pile of debris burned for 3 months until the majority of the rubble was finally removed from the site. In 2007, the demolition of the surrounding damaged buildings was still ongoing as new construction proceeded on the World Trade Center's replacement, One World Trade Center. Now, let me give you a brief information about this building. One World Trade Center, also known as the Freedom Tower, is a New York landmark. The architect is David Charles, chairman of Skidmore, and the structure company is WSP Cantor Scenic with offices in 40 countries. One WTC is a large project that started construction in 2006 and completed in 2013 after 8 years. The building was designed for mixed use, such as commercial and office, and it has a memorial space and an observation deck overlooking New York. It covers a total floor area of about 241,000 square meters, and the highest height is about 325 meters, including the towering spire and 104 stories. The structure is designed with hybrid concrete and steel structure to support high heights and to avoid any other historical pains. Let's look at the composition of the tower. The lower floors are planned as lobby and retail spaces and offices. Intermittently, there is an evacuation floor to prepare for emergencies and a machine room for various facilities. Again, there is a space for the office, and that has been completely emptied for memorial purposes. At the highest level, There is an observation deck that many tourists visit. Let's take a closer look at the site. One World Trade Center is located in Manhattan, the financial center of New York, the economic capital of the United States. It is only 3 blocks from the famous Wall Street. The tower is adjacent to the Hudson River and bordered by 5 World Trade Centers of similar use. The high rise of the 104-story tower dominates the Manhattan skyline. It also has a symbol of being rebuilt from the ashes destroyed by the terrorist attacks in 2001. Because of that historical event, a huge memorial space is located around. Now I'd like to talk about the design of this building. We can say that this building has 3 parts if we describe it very briefly. At the bottom of it, there's a cubic base which is 61 meters high and it works as a sort of support. It's covered by angled glass and behind of it, LED lights illuminate the base at night as you can see at the photo. From the top of the base, the second part of the building is started. As the tower itself rises from the cubic base, each edges at the corners are chamfered back and it culminates in a glass parapet at the top of the entire building. Due to these cut edges, 4 rectangle-shaped sides of this building are divided and transformed into 8 pieces of isosceles triangles. Vertices of the triangles make the parapet to be rotate 45 degrees from the base. Because of this, each floor are differ from each others, and at the middle of this building, the shape of floor is perfect octagon. The third part of the building is spire at the top. The height of the only spire is 137 meters. The height of One World Trade Center is 1,368 feet from base to parapet, and with the spire it is 1,776 feet, which is the same number when the USA declared the independence. The spire glows at night and it is likely be visible over 300 meters into the air above the tower. Based on the previous brief, now I will tell you about what our team will study. First, we will study about the things to be solved in high-rise building like this One World Trade Center. Also, we will study about heating and cooling system and evacuation facility of this building. Furthermore, we are going to study about structural stability compared to the former World Trade Center and solving delays due to construction progress and budget problems. Lastly, we would like to study the process of demolition of the previous building and whether any existing buildings have been used. Thank you for listening.